Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and this is another episode of Planet Coaster, and this is Selva Azteca part number 13, 12 or 13. Oh, we're at the point where I don't even know what episode we're at. But yeah, we're back on this. I get quite a lot done in this episode. I've got about 4.5 hours of footage, so that's quite a lot for me. I normally, and it was all done in one day, which is a bit mental. So I've got all this done, and yeah, in this episode I do some custom supporting on the wooden coaster on some turns that would be so unrealistic if they didn't have these supports, like this first turn and then one of the other turns just where you can see it. I'm not going to do it on the entire coaster because that'd be silly. I then finish off the Tenochtitlan area, well, kind of. I basically build up all the buildings around all the rides, including the station building. I don't decorate the station or the queue in for Vulcan, but I do the entrance sign, I do the rock work around the coaster. I do quite a lot in this episode, and it's all just finishing off this area so we can move on. I think me and DJBKoasteRs are a bit tired of just doing this stupid area. It was a big, ambitious project to do in this area because it was kind of like, you know, there's a big spaces to fill, and I think once it's all finished, it'll look like a really nice area, but definitely not going for big loads of buildings next time because it's just really hard to decorate them like fully. Like when you've got like a boxy building like this, it's quite difficult to do, but I think we've managed decently. And yeah, as you can see, I did some of the custom spotting in the background, and then I've started to do some fencing in this little section, which I think fits nicely. This is going to be the exit queue for Vulcan. And then I'm gonna add this little sign, which is the banner thing that represents Tenochtitlan, that you'll see when you enter into Tenochtitlan area. But basically, after this section, DJBKoasteRs will finish off the Tenochtitlan area, do some final finishing details, and then start the next area, which is going to be that jungle bit that you can see at the back. You can't really see it at this shot, but you've seen when we take some top-down views, the little river thing. That's going to be the next area we work on, and it's going to be one of the final areas of this park, which is a bit crazy to think that we're coming in on the end, which is, you know, like, we're not at the end yet, we're quite far away, but we're coming in there, and we're, you know, nearly there, which is a bit mental, to think already we're, you know, thinking about ending the series, which is mental. But we do have a lot of space to fill still, so there's still lots to do, which I'm quite excited for. We're going to be doing a launch coaster of some sort in this area, which is, I don't know if it's going to be a Mac or something else, like an Intimate Blitz or something, but DJBKoasteRs has already done an Intimate Blitz in his previous creation, so I doubt he'll want to do another Intimate Blitz. So we're going to do a, what's it called, probably a Mac coaster, because of how well my recent videos done where I did a Mac coaster. So I think it'll be good because that coaster came out great, and we're just going to replicate that. Well, not replicate it, but do like a similar sort of thing. So I think Dan will make some basic kind of layout, and then I'll recreate that layout but smooth. And yeah, I'm just I'm hyped for this next section because I can see it all now looking really lush and nice, and I think it'll just be great. But on screen right now you can see that I'm doing the clock tower bell. It's nothing special, it's just a little bit more detail for this little section. I thought it would look nice, so I do this. I do the baggage hold and this entrance sign, which I think turned out pretty well. From some angles it looks a bit fat, you'll see what I mean by fat because it's a hand which is meant to be holding out the Vulcan sign, and basically the Vulcan he's a god, isn't he? He's the god of fire. So I thought this could be like Vulcan's hand, you know, like all made out of volcanic rock and ash and lava behind it. It really fits and sets the mood for the actual ride. And so yeah, I'm basically just building up the ride, the hand, which in this didn't take long, but for me took quite a while. And then I put the actual entrance in. See, in some angles it looks naff, and then in some it looks actually quite decent. But yeah, I just put in the Vulcan, the actual weird Vulcan. I have these fire effects, which I think looks quite epic, to be fair. And there we go. There's the Vulcan sign. Just going still for a minute, because I don't really edit out what my time lapse is. You'll sometimes see me flicking to Spotify and sometimes see my Spotify playlist, and because it's quite difficult because I'm switching like really quickly and literally just switching a song and then coming back onto Planet Coaster. It's hard to do that when the time lapse is like 1,000 times more than the real time, so it's really difficult to get that. But now you can see me starting to do a bit of the roofing. Like at this point it's really difficult to see how it's all going to turn out, because like you've hardly got any roofing, but now that I've done all the roofing and things, it's easy to picture how it's all going to look and come together, which is really nice. But basically what I did on the day of recording this episode, where I did pretty much everything, I basically just went back and forth between the custom spotting, the custom just building up the areas and things, so I wouldn't get bored and like end up going off it. And I think I did this pretty right, so I did. There you go, you just saw me on my Spotify playlist. But oh god, there's a lot going on the screen. Well, that's annoying. Well, anyway, so basically that's pretty much the Spotify playlist. I mean, you wouldn't have seen anything, but basically this is the custom spotting. It should have these little cross beams that are triangular. They go like, it's hard to explain, but I couldn't be bothered at all. Yeah, it was. I think I might go back in and add them once, like when I can be bothered. But after doing so much, it's such time-consuming process. It was really why. Oh. There's me looking up at Neil Diamond. But yeah, so yeah, basically it just took so long that by the time I got to where I was going to do the triangular cross beams, I couldn't be bothered. What the hell? Why am I playing music? Yeah, this is about to change in a second because it'll go into the next little bit of time lapse. That brings me on to another point. Me switching. This is what I normally use, which is Expedition GeForce, which records your entire screen, and there's no way of changing that. And I've tried using OBS in the past, but sometimes the format comes out as MLV or something like that instead of MP4 when I've set it to MP4, so that's really annoying. And I actually had to, for the icebreaker video, pass it through VLC media player, change it and export it as MP4, which took quite a while, and then put it back into my editing software so I could go through and sort it out. Oh god, I did a lot of Discord today, didn't I? For the hell. But yeah, this is getting near to the end of the time lapse now. This is just basically just finishing touches, doing some of the wall work, making sure that the roof's all perfect, and from the outside it all just looks like a solid box, because this is the type of area you wouldn't really see. I think definitely when I get the part back I'll do a few more final touches if Dan hasn't finished them off, just to solidify this area, finish off the scenery around the coast, just little touches, but then I'll be kind of done with that area, and we can go on to the next section. And it's crazy to see how far this park has come along. I'm really proud of like how this looks. It looks so epic. What me and DJBKoasteRs have done. But yeah, we're coming to the end of the video now. We're doing well with the channel actually. We've got 70 subscribers, which is mental because, you know, I can't believe that we're actually decently growing, and, you know, 70 subscribers is nothing in the world of YouTube or anything, but to me, that 70 subscribers means the world. So if you aren't subscribed, then please do consider subscribing. It's free, and apparently a lot of you aren't subscribed, so it just helps me out so much. Helps the channel out, and it just means the world if you do like take the time to actually subscribe and watch my videos. Thank you all for watching them. But yeah, we're coming to the end of the video now. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. Just the same old coming out in the next few weeks, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.